Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's the final match of the night. And Joe, this is a doozy because we didn't think this is where we'd be standing. We took a look at Pool D. No, it was not straightforward, but I didn't think it was going to be a case where maybe Envy and Reciprocity were the two teams coming out. But due to eUnited beating Reciprocity, we now have a pretty interesting scenario at hand.
Yeah, we do. So it could come down to a three-way tie, and the way we do three-way ties is basically you would just negate Envy, right? But the big thing is Envy has to beat Reciprocity for anything to matter, for this match to matter. But for these two teams right now, you're just trying to beat the other as badly as possible. It comes down to that map count. A 3-0 or a 3-1 could be huge.
So, and that's for both sides. So if you're eUnited or the Optic side, you really just want to get a 3-0 or 3-1 victory. And then as soon as this is done, we're going to tell you basically to shift focus right over to Bravo, because that's the other match in Pool D, which again, like you said, you need Envy to beat Reciprocity if you're either of these teams. But all we can do now is have these guys control what they can control, and that's trying to win in this best of 5. And now we're back to it's a rematch of the grand final at Vegas, which didn't bode well for eUnited, but I don't know if we've seen that same Optic team at least early here and forward.
Yeah, and the good thing when it comes down to those tiebreakers, right, is early on, both of these teams had a Game 5. So again, Reciprocity has a lot of Game 5s, which is not good for them. Yes, they have a win, but when it comes down to that tiebreaker, that's a little bit scary. If one of these guys right here can get a 3-0 or a 3-1, they're definitely in the driver's seat.
You hear the Optic fans getting loud now. They like something to believe in, some sliver of a chance, and they have exactly that. But here we go, map 1 underway. eUnited, Optic Gaming will get right into the mix at top mid on Gridlock.
Yeah, Scump already in the hill. Scump and Karma with double ICRs watching over him, but eUnited able to break on in. And yeah, both of these teams, I mean, I think both fan bases are just hoping that they get in the form we know they can be in again. This is the rematch of our Vegas Grand Final.
Not a lot of points on the board at all thus far. It's 3 for eUnited. It's been a heavy contest fest thus far. But now eUnited will get the clear, and with just under 30 seconds remaining, they'll start to rack up some time. You also see the top right of that mini-map. They're going to be set up towards Semi and our next hard point. So Optic, outside of TJ, are going to give this up and go ahead and rotate. But TJ, what a big couple of kills that is. Just make sure, that's 15 or so seconds you're not going to get for eUnited.
It's not about the time, it's about the spawns. That's the big play out of TJ. You can see those blue arrows spawning on the opposite side of the map. It's just, I believe that's JCap trying to stay alive. TJ able to find 3 on rotation. That's going to be Optic Gaming control near that Sushi side. Abizi is here towards the front, but TJ with the heads-up play in. Well, we were just sort of, we haven't casted Optic yet, but we're just trying to figure out what's going on, what's wrong. And
I did actually talk to Dashy. I saw him, he was coming out of the bathroom, and I was like, dude, what's going on? Like, what's wrong with you guys right now? And he said, this is going to sound weird. I feel like we're playing well, but we're just not getting kills. So he's like, does that sound odd to you? I'm like, kinda. He's like, we're playing well, we're not getting up kills. So I was like, all right, well, that seems like maybe an easy problem to fix if you're Optic and you start clicking, you start rolling, but I was a little surprised to hear that, because it seems, what I get from that is they're struggling to figure out what the hell is going wrong.
Yeah, and again, their solo duo was struggling early on. I mean, TJ and Scump did not have the best series against Reciprocity. TJ, those struggles continued after that, so we'll see how those two do in this match, but a great hill so far for Optic.
Dashy on 5 in a row as well, and I believe he was 90 off a streak, so an opportunity for him to pick up a Lightning, maybe a Hellstorm, if he can find some entries as they now rotate into Showers. They'll get the trophy out. Can he just get a bullet into anybody? As they look to push through, there's the kill, there's the Lightning. Streak now up to 6, but he'll get challenged to drop before any more streaks come through. 20-point advantage right now for Optic Gaming, but it's going to be eUnited inside the hard point, doing a solid job thus far as Pristini wreaking havoc in and around these pillars.
Yeah, you and I just watched eUnited, play that hard point against Reciprocity, and in that game 4 it was Pristini, right? He just completely took over that map. They won that one. It was a quick one. It was a back and forth series, but those eUnited players, they can take over a hard point really quick.
Lead change is eUnited now getting in front. A great hold there in Showers. They're basically getting all of that time. The only good thing for Optic is, yeah, you get a Lightning on that first push, but I don't know if that's going to make up for the healthy chunk of time you get from eUnited. Some nice shots of the Maddox from Pristini, trying to get in by back tree and apply pressure to this broken building. But Dashy and Scump still there. It's going to be Scump that opens up with a pair as they continue to soak up time. But as TJ drops and Abizi finds a kill, it's now JCap getting into top broken. A chance now for eUnited to thrust on through. And JCap, what a play from him. The shot melee, and then the second onto Dashy.
I was literally just going to say, this has been such a disciplined hard point. What I mean by that, teams are rotating early. They're not getting their, their setups broken. It was a good job by Optic in Hill 2, a great job by eUnited in Hill 3 to bounce back. And yeah, Optic, they get the rotation over to this broken house, and it's looking good. But a BZ JCap able to break on in. Now it's eUnited with a 20-point lead.
Scup, though, once again finds kills in pairs. He's out to 11 and 9. 4 in a row for him. Does the chance start to build here in Fort Worth? The garbage time to Optic Gaming. The first set of rotations done, and Joe, this is all but a tie game. It's going to be 80 to 82, slight advantage to eUnited. And now let's get right back into it. Can eUnited put together a nice opening hold on this central hard point? Dashy still has that lightning if he wants to clear, and he's going to do just that. The lightning will get called in. It picks up Clayster. Everybody else is under underpass, but there's the opening for Optic to get inside.
That's all it needs to do. It finds the kill, but it mainly just gives them that map control. They can get up top center. Dashy able to find another kill. 30 seconds left on this hill, and that's all they wanted to do is get positioning. Now it's on Karma, starting to fight for this rotation. He's gonna have a couple of eUnited players to deal with, trying to stay alive, able to win one on the JCap. Now TJ's here to reinforce him as well. Can they win this rotation once again? We saw it the first time. Karma just trying to play his life, but he's gonna get shut down, and well, eUnited should win rotation. It's just Dashy here now.
Well, Dashy a chance to get streaks yet again. A one-on-one win. Into Semi, then into Sushi, now just 60 off streaks. The War Machine, though, coming in, that'll pick him up. That's a big one from a BZ as it cuts the streak short. Karma here to try and get the trades, but inside the hard point, it'll still be eUnited, and there's gonna be another lead change, a back and forth battle. eUnited now go back in front. Well, they actually tie it up and get out of the hard point. Nobody actually in right now, so they never actually take that lead. Optic will get right back in.
Well, it was the pinch that was set up by Optic Gaming. They held the front street. They start to go around that underpass, and basically what they did is they forced eUnited to spun out towards those showers. So the couple of players that were left alone from eUnited just had to play their life. They got out of the hill. They tried to do what they could, but you can see with about 15 seconds left, there's one player collecting that scrap time. That's going to be Clay. The rest of the battle going to go down inside of this dojo area. You have a lot of green arrows inside here. Karma, Crimsix able to find a couple of kills. There's one player. That's going to be JCap trying to play his life. Near that back garden area. Arstee's on the opposite side, maybe trying to set up a pinch, but he'll start with JCap. Can he find anything? And maybe even just positioning. Maybe they'll just influence the spawns. There we go. Tempest in from Dashy. Karma also using the Grab Slam.
They had so many tools to work with, and now they're tossing it all in. Remember, this is where they got dominated the last time through. This is where eUnited really made that big run. Now Optic trying to get it done. Let's get right to an Astro Gaming listen in with Optic Gaming.
Oh, there's two dojo. Two in dojo. One more dojo.
I got one.
Trophy dojo.
Oh, I got one.
Nice, let's go. Close mirrors.
Dojo weak. He's at mirrors. Right now.
Mirrors watch out. Mirrors absolute. Back up, guys, back up.
Can you absolute back block? I'm coming.
Yo, two of them, Cap and a BZ. Cap and a BZ back block.
I got
I'm gonna spawn out. I
got two.
Might be more on 60%. Yo, blue watch out.
He's close right.
I spawned in.
I got knocked. He's pushing out.
Yo, push up. No, let me.
Watch out, mirrors.
Oh, let me. Two old guys. Two tree.
Top.
We spawn here.
Nice.
Two tree guys.
Yo, I'm gonna vision once I spawn. Good time. I'm using vision. I got vision.
Yo, Cap dead.
Top last guy.
Is he?
We're gold.
Oh, yeah, he's top. He's the three front. He's back alley corner. One's mid. One shot, back alley corner.
On top.
There's two front guys. They're full.
You just ground pound on
Mid dead. No, he doesn't. Yo, mid. Nice, three.
Last guy back. Oh, he's front white. Two. Last guy front.
One shot.
Got you,
Bruce. Nice, let's go. This is good.
Go top, hold hill, Bruce. I'm coming up you mid.
Yo, someone start going hold.
Two mid. Another one close right. Front search.
Steve's mid.
Yeah, he's hitting you.
Two new.
He's dead.
One close right, I think.
White call.
He's nice. Three. One could
We always talk about how important that transition is from showers into broken. Optic Gaming border on flawless there, and look at the lead they've now opened up through that listen-in.
And it was due to Karma. Karma goes on a 9 spree, has the streaks now as well to really take control of top middle, but they don't even need those just yet. TJ able to find a kill on that plane through the underpass. So a great job by Optic, but yeah, like I said, it was Karma. rings, able to find that 9 spree, and that rotation was perfect out of Optic.
Leading the way, and now the streak's in. You spoke of 3 rings. Well, there's 3 kills as the Hellstorm punishes eUnited. Now just 35 points away from a map 1 victory, and he still has a Lightning to work with. Approaching 30 kills right now. There it is, 30 and 14 from a 9 streak to a 5 streak. Karma has taken over map 1.
You see Karma, I think he's gonna call in the Lightning maybe right away. Yeah, force eUnited into a tough position. One player does spawn out. Scump all the way on the other side, finds a couple of kills. TJ gets one inside of boxes. Well, Dashy's trophy, there's a free kill. You'll take that all day.
I think he killed a teammate earlier, and now he's killed an enemy with it. He's got some active trophies on the map.
Yeah, with just 20 more seconds, the rotation won again by Optic. It's all green in the kill feed, and you could just tell by that scoreboard, just a couple of players just very positive. Crim having a great game, Karma double positive. And on the other side, your big guns in Clayster and RCs didn't have a great game 1.
They absolutely did not. Just 5 more points needed from Optic. Trophy out, the final moments in, the last desperation push from eUnited. The contest there from a moment, but it's not enough. Optic strike first, map 1 in the books. The fans, something to feel good about here in Fort Worth.
Yeah, you can even tell in that listening, like I mean, they know the situation that they're in. Like, you can just tell, like, I don't want to say it was frantic, but there was a lot of intensity in that listening. Like, it was probably a lot different than their first match. They knew what is on the line. They know it's a very small chance for them to make it out, but in order to do so, you have to put yourself in that position, and it just feels like it's a different energy coming out from them.
Well, I think we highlighted a lot of the positives from Optic Gaming throughout that. You kind of heard their POV through the listen-in, but was there anything you saw from a gameplay standpoint that really was lacking on the eUnited side?
I mean, early on, I think they started fine. Again, it was both teams just controlling hard points very well.
Well, we had, what, 10 lead changes early, it felt like.
Yeah, just back and forth, but it's that hill transition from 3 to 4. I mean, when you go from showers to broken, you talked about it, you can't allow that team to combo those hills.
Well, a lot of times if you do, you're getting 100 points on the board.
Yeah, when it goes on that rotation, you had the Tempest that was popped. They weren't able to find those kills. That just allows Optic to break on through.
Well, Optic win map 1, but there's a lot of other action going on throughout the venue. Let's get back to the desk to chat about the other matches.
Thank you very much, guys. And again, that was Optic taking that first map. Nameless, Momo back on the desk with us, and of course, Study. Now, Nameless, talk to me about that map with Optic. How did they extend that out? How did they close out that map?
Yeah, pretty much what Joe and Clint just said. Like, that hill 3 to 4, that combo can be so deadly because you see Karma picking up streaks after they just got a big chunk of time on hill number 3. They rotate over towards Broken, they extend their lead there, and then from then on out, you're EU and you're trying to play catch up against a lightning strike, which can be so useful on a hill like mid. And Optic were able to extend their lead, close this game out in pretty dominating fashion. In what was a back and forth game, resulted in a pretty, big deficit for eUnited going into the end of the game.
Momo, has there been anyone so far on Optic today? I mean, they are down 0-2, but that stood out to you as really performing well?
I mean, from what I've watched and what I've been able to see of Optic Gaming, yes, they've had their struggles. I mean, just kind of watching this, it seems like they're finding their form, and against the team of eUnited, yes, they've had their struggles, but even that hard point alone, Karma was kind of going off. Dashy seems pretty consistent, and I've seen some crazy things on social media about, Dashy kind of coming back, and it's like, why aren't they performing? And yes, they've had time to scrim with him, but it's not all about one person. It's about this whole squad, and for me, they need to find form, and right there we saw kind of the best of Optic I think we've seen, I want to say all weekend. It's Friday, for goodness sake, but for me it was Karma stepping up in that hard point, but that's what they need.
Yeah, and Crim has been amazing as well. Like, I think he's been their best player thus far today. There's been some crazy maps out of Dashy back and forth,
yeah.
But overall I think Crim's been their best player today, and right there we see Karma having a crazy performance comboed with Dashy. If you get Karma, if you get TJ and Scump to step it up, we'll see the Optic that we saw at Vegas. I think right now though, it's on TJ and Scump to step it up big time, especially in the Rec series. When I watched them play that, they were lackluster. If they step up, Optic will be back and forth.
Well, we will see now, because we are ready to go back to Alpha with our casters, Clint and Joe.
Thank you, guys. Now we get to search and destroy, at least in the eUnited match that we just casted. They had to win, 2 and 5 to get through to really make things interesting here. And for Optic, yeah, they've struggled a bit, but if you think back to Vegas, what really clicked for them? Dashy was number 1 in Search and Destroy KD, TJ was number 2. The guys you brought in to destroy and Search and Destroy did just that. But if one of them struggles, who's it going to be to pick it up and search?
Yeah, and I was talking to Teep a little bit about the Rec series because they lost both destroys, and he was just saying 5 where TJ and Scump, your entry guys, if you're having a bad series, it's really tough to take those gunfights, right? To just have that confidence to take those pushes. So we'll see how those develop, especially on a map like Frequency.
And obviously the maps matter, but when you hear that they lost both searches to Rec, and eUnited beat Rec in both searches, like it doesn't seem like it bodes well for Optic in this particular mode. But let's get into it. Search and Destroy now on Frequency. We'll see if Optic can get really their first search win on the board as they're 0-3 to kick it off this weekend.
Yeah, well, Karma already able to find a couple of kills, but Pristini and RC is able to find a couple to make it a 3 versus 3. Bomb being planted towards that B site. So you're gonna have a retake situation for eUnited.
3 versus 3 now. And they're all gonna funnel in through elbow. TJ looks to be the entry man, but he's just gonna back it up with the squad. It looks like some might wrap back all the way to middle. TJ?
Yeah, I think they have an idea of where they are.
Scump, I don't know, that's just like a panic melee there, but he wants to slide and get out of that, not able to make the play. And now they're already on it, trying to pick him off it, not gonna be able to do it. Pristini gets the defuse and he just hops it. What goes wrong there for Optic?
I mean, obviously Shumkyo is getting taken down, but when you back up, right, you have to buy enough time for TJ, right? That strategy is, okay, we know where they're coming from. The problem is you give up all of your map position, all of your bomb position. You can't check the defuse. So if you win one gunfight, then it's probably a 2 versus 2. Maybe Scump gets traded, but that buys enough time for TJ to go all the way through.
What was that from Scump? You think all he has to do there is slide away, like just get the information to get out? He just melees and gets ripped. Just panics a bit?
I guess. Well,
it just looked a bit awkward, right, from his POV. Dashy, one of the most elite snipers really in the entire Call of Duty World League, and we've certainly missed some of the plays he's been able to make because he hasn't been with us for the Pro League, but now back in action, and we'll see what he's able to do. Cluster out from a BZ, but it's Crim6 that gets the first blood. They have advantage, and Pristini can't finish the kill. Good job just going prone there to stay up. Was that Scump that got away with his life. Nice play by him. But it's not long before he gets picked up. 2 are going to drop from Optic from a 5v4 to a 3v4. Now at a disadvantage, only 25 seconds to try and work this defuse. 1 player left standing. It's Dashy. He does get, oh my God, what a snipe. 1v1, 15 seconds to work with. Spots him, guts him. What a play from Dashy. Welcome back, Bruce.
I mean, Abizi's just trying to shoulder it.
Yeah, his shoulder got obliterated by a 50 cal.
But even if you're in that position, I don't think you have to shoulder that. Like, you know he just got a kill balcony. What are you shouldering? You know he has 7 seconds to defuse the bomb, right? Like, why are you even looking at that? I know he has a sniper. I'm not peeking it. Again, he just got a kill on your teammate. He can't be defusing. There's no way. It's impossible.
So as impressive as it was from Dashy, you're frustrated with how they play it on eUnited.
Yes, it's a 1 versus 2 with 18 seconds left.
Yeah, I think. Wow,
but yeah,
what a moment.
It was a good sight.
Yeah, a little bit of a flick there as he hits the shot. Now tied up at 1-1. Not shocked to see a sniper in his hand yet again. But he's going to swap as he doesn't spot anything. Pulls out the Maddox. Glacier will have it on the other end, but he can't connect. Another first blood for Optic Gaming as Karma finds the opening.
And that was an opportunity for Clay, because a lot of people, they'll just shoulder that. They typically don't wide peek it like we just saw Dashy do it with the Maddox. That's an opportunity he absolutely wants back. And now you have first blood for Optic. They're rotating towards this A site. Can Arcides find anything? Got a lot to deal with, has JCap's help, but where's the trades from Arcides? They're not there, so a 3 versus 4 still.
Just power their way through that catwalk to get in position on the bomb site. Crim6, nice play to turn this into a 4v2. Now it's on Clay and Arcides to try and make the play. Clay's able to connect on a snipe, 30 seconds on the clock to work with. He's stunned though, he should be pushed out, but waiting at the edge is Arcides. They're not ready for that. He's Clay's guardian angel, and now it's a 2v2. Just over 20 seconds to work with. Clay's gotta hit one of these shots. He hasn't been able to connect. He's whiffed, he's had 2 opportunities. Will they give him another? It's Arcides that turns it into a 1v1. Don't think there's enough time, but he's just gonna stun it. Thought he was gonna stick it for a second, but he'll get up with the snipe, and Crim6 makes him pay. I think Clay had
3 or 4 shots?
Maybe more. I mean, you think about the first opportunity on Adashi to hit a shot there at the end, yeah, 3 or 4. He hits any of those shots, that round may go differently.
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, it absolutely does, because I mean, he, you know, forces the 1 versus 1 situation.
It's not all on him, but like you got to hit one of those.
I think if you're going to gamble the sniper, you understand that in certain situations you're going to have to retake. You're going to have to play aggressive, and that comes down to hitting your shots.
I thought after Ausschnitt bailed him out at elbow, I was like, oh, here we go. This is a chance for eUnited, but Clay can't make them pay, and Optic get back-to-back rounds as they're still looking again for that first search victory. Remember, they lost 4 maps in total at Vegas. They've already got 3 search losses. I mean, they're already at more losses in maps than they did at Vegas. It's a very different start for them at this major event.
Yeah, a little bit more pressure. People starting to, I mean, again, we knew people were going to figure it out sooner or later. But bomb being planted, 5 versus 5. Dashi, though, with another first blood.
Just rips Pristini off the box, almost beams Clayster as well as he peeks. Stun out for Cap, but as he gets the stun out, he gets dropped. 3v2. Dashi gets another. That's 3, I believe, for Dashi in the round. Make it 4 for Dashi in the round. 7 and 2. Give him the bomb, because right now he is giving eUnited the hands.
It's just, I don't even know, dude. It's like, you know who's shooting at you. Like, he's just not missing right now. You saw those shots from elbow on Clay. Like,
yeah.
He's in a groove.
He certainly is. Can he stay hot throughout this series, or can eUnited find something to maybe counter him?
And again, this just sets up Abizi, right? Abizi is on the balcony at this point, just waiting for the flank, waiting to go around. And Dashi just jumps up and shot punches him just so fast. Like, if Abizi can make a play there, if he can get over that mantle, he can kill the bomb diffuser, maybe get one more, at least buys more time.
Well, I think this game 2 is certainly showcasing why Optic missed Dashi at the Pro League. 3-1 now for them, and Dashi 200 points off his streaks.
I want to see if we go back to Dashi, I want to see if he sticks with the sniper rifle. I want to see if he keeps it out. So he does. So what this tells me is Optic's going to hit this A site, but they're just going to hope that he can hit that elbow shot, but the pressure is there from eUnited. This is the shot I was talking about. He's just hoping he can find Ausschnitt, but Ausschnitt, I think, saw him for about a half second and just runs away.
Well, with Karma dropping, Crim6 then needs to pick up the flank. But they've all wrapped back. Yep, they've all wrapped back. Tempest out. Can't hit the shot. Clayster will put him down, but it is a 3 versus 3. A much needed round here for eUnited. They have the edge. Clayster picks up another. It's all on Crim6. They will smoke him, and eUnited, that is a big round. That was 3 in a row for Optic. You could tell that was almost like a heat check for Dashi, too. The way he was snapping, trying to quick scope, the shots with the Tempest, like he was feeling it.
Yeah, they're challenging everything. You can't blame them.
Yeah, no, you can't, but they kind of survive it, right? And they get that round on the board. That's a big one for eUnited.
Yeah, and Clayster in that position has the ICR. He's able to find 3 kills. If he has a sniper, maybe it's a different situation.
That's like if you ever watch basketball, it's like a guy hits like 4 threes in a row. Like,
well,
you know, he's chucking up that 5th from 10 feet off the line. But he just can't hit the shots. R-City's POV now as he ends things. Prim was in a tough spot in that 1v3. R-City's has been sensational for this eUnited lineup, and it sort of feels like if someone's gonna match what Dashi's doing on the other side, it's gotta be R-City's.
Yeah, RCs or Clay, and they both stepped up again. They did not have the best map #1, but they've turned it around. And now they just need the other guys, right? Your role players, JCap, Pristini, try to step on up. And, well, if they can get their young gun in a BZ going,
yeah, he's
get back into this match.
One of the bright spots this year, certainly just for all players, how good he has been. And on this particular map, he's had some heroic moments in the Pro League. We saw what he did to 100 Thieves in that crazy series, that crazy Game 5. Pristini, a pair of kills for him. Dashi does get one, but it's going to be a 4v3, and Abizi is now hunting. Dashi almost able to 180 him. The trade is there from Scump, but they're still continuously at a man disadvantage throughout this. It's back-to-back rounds in which Optic can be stuck in a difficult 1v3. It's all on Scump, and eUnited, again, they get numbers early, they play behind it, and they control the round.
Well, they just played very disciplined, right? Optic couldn't really stack a sight. They were trying to get as much information as possible on the map, and eUnited wasn't giving them anything. So about 30 seconds into it, Pristini's able to push on up, wins that first 1 versus 1, then has the help of Abizi to find the second. A solid round for Pristini.
Pristini, long, I mean, last year, how many times did we talk about him being the X factor? He had just that up and down year.
Still is.
It's when his confidence is on, though, man, he can absolutely be a playmaker like you saw in that last round. He needed that. He was sitting at, what, 2 and 5, I believe. Finds a couple there. Now, right in the mix. 2 players now push towards bottom ladder at mid. Arceus gets pushed. TJ tries to finish it, but not able to do it. The help is there, but TJ is able to finish the kill before he gets traded, so at least puts 1 up. Bomb now getting planted at A. Abizi just comes sliding through, and Crim6 with the ICR not able to recenter and snap.
Oh, that cluster, that could do so much damage. They're all together, plus the grab slam. Just 1 player left. Karma trying to stay alive. Somehow he gets out. How is he alive right now?
Then the stun comes in. He knows he's got him stunned outside, but it's Pristini sliding across. Almost a bit of magic there from Karma. Almost. Yeah, I thought it was going to be the cluster 2, then Pristini's just like, screw it, comes in over the top of the haymaker.
I think Karma probably thinks he has them pulse stun. Maybe, I mean, Pristini probably just mantled as soon as it popped up.
Wait, so that was what, 3 in a row for Optic, now 3 in a row for United, right?
But even again, like if you look at that round, like Optic's push is led by TJ, which is what you want to see. He does find that first blood.
But
so
there's 3 players there. Right?
Yep.
I mean, it's traded instantly.
Yeah, I want to see. Oh, never mind. Yeah, as soon as that stun, it looks like it got both, but maybe the tac mask
I thought it was
didn't
a
pop
full
up.
stun too, just by the marker. You didn't see the tac mask, so I thought he hit both as well. But by how Pristini played that in challenge, it didn't hit him. I mean, I was thinking the same thing you were. He's got 2 free kills there. But 4-3 now for eUnited, and look at Pristini, 50 points off of streaks. He's on a tear right now at 8 and 5. As much as eUnited desperately needed a round earlier in this game, Optic now in that position. They've got to slow the bleeding. They have to make sure Pristini doesn't get streaks. They need to get a round victory. Right now they've got 2 players towards B, and that seems to be where the pressure is going to build. Dashy and Karma going to be working together to deal with the push. It's Crim6 connects with the frag grenade. Pristini able to back up Dashy though. Abizi's just going to challenge and win that gunfight. No trade comes through for Optic, so once again, they're in a position where they're down a man and don't have the odds in their favor.
Pristini now has the lightning as well, where, I mean, he can just ping it. He's going to see nobody's on the bomb, so he's going to hold off on it right now. Maybe back on up, play with his team, but yep, he's going to call it a few seconds later. You see all the green arrows have to run away.
I think it funnels Dashy into elbow, and he's got to challenge, what, 2-3 players? Scump, nice win. Crim gets a kill as well. There's still 2 players remaining. Crim6 can't connect. Abizi gets 2 to close out the round. And now eUnited a round away from taking this search and destroy. And that'd be 3 in a row for them if you're looking back to the Reciprocity series and 0-4 start in the mode for Optic.
And looking at their last couple of offensive rounds, all they've been doing for the first 30 seconds, just hanging around their pipes, just giving Optic no information. And maybe at that point, like, that's when Optic has to take a risk. Like, nobody's pushing on up. They're allowing them. If you do nothing for 30 seconds, you should have a disadvantage. Like, there should be somewhere on the map where Optic is getting map position. They're getting information. There's none of that.
Do you think, I don't know, maybe TG's struggling a bit in search and destroy to kick off the weekend? Maybe the confidence isn't there. He's playing a little bit more.
I just think maybe you can play a couple of risks, right? Like, put some pressure towards that A elevator. You know, maybe. You know, if Karma close to grab slam, maybe you can get that. Maybe he'll do it next round. We'll see if they can win this offense, though.
Crim, first blood and a second behind it as well. He will fall, but for the first time in what feels forever, Optic have an advantage in a round. 4v3 and bomb planted. Now on Clay, Abizi, and Arceus to try and clutch up in this retake. I think for a second, Clay was wondering where he got that hit marker.
I don't think he knew where he got the kill. Yeah, that shot came through. Had no idea that player was close. Now 25 seconds left. eUnited has to go if they're going to try to win this round. Karma able to find one and stays alive. Does a great job, almost wins the gunfight as well. But that should be an offensive round win for Optic.
Does enough damage to the trade come in. Instantly Dashy with a pair to end it. And Optic get a much needed round.
Karma got a couple of kills, should have grab slam.
Well, let's take a look heading into round 10 and see what we've got locked and loaded on either side of this. Dashy doing everything he can, but will it be enough for the Optic side? See who has the advantage specialist-wise. So Krim has Vision Pulse, Karma has the grab slam, but then you've got what? Tempest, War Machine, Arcene's getting close to that Vision Pulse, Cap close to Attack 5. I think if this goes the distance, advantage absolutely to eUnited with regards to the specialist.
And this is the same thing out of eUnited. 30 seconds in, not a lot of movement. Here comes Pristini, number 9, gonna do the same thing. The problem is though, is if they do get pushed up towards those B pipes, you have Karma waiting with that grab slam, but instead they go bottom middle. And then look at where Pristini's getting such a good position with the Vision Pulse. Able to pop, but at least he finds a kill. He found one, he finds the first blood.
Now they've got to be able to trade this. How does he get a second from that spot? Thankfully for the Optic crew, Krim 6 has a bit of a flurry there as 2 will fall for eUnited. Now 3v2 for Optic. Dashy going hunting 2 versus 2. Can't connect on the shots. JCap will be stunned on bomb, but he's able to get back. He's going to use the Attack 5 here. 2v2, extra health for eUnited.
Karma wants to go to the balcony, use the grab slam. That's what he wants, but he backs on up, able to find one, but now a 1 versus 2. Has to try to stay alive. It's on to JCap. 20 seconds left. He has to challenge this. Almost able to win that one, but has to back on up.
And he still has to get bomb planted in this scenario. What a win against Dashy. 10 seconds down the clock. Has to hope for the kill, but it's Karma. Karma on the bomb site wins the gunfight. Let's get us to a round 11, Joe.
Good old GOAT versus GOAT 1v1.
You gotta love that. You gotta love that. I thought it was a good job by Dashy to staying alive there, because he was the one that got stunned, right? Kind of the outside ring. I thought he was going to get dropped. I don't know how he finessed his way out of that situation, but good work between him and Karma to make sure they stay up, because I thought for sure that was going to be a 2v1.
Yeah,
Round 11.
Krim having a big game as well. I know a lot of emphasis on Dashy, but 12 kills for Krim.
Yeah, it just feels like every time he's found them in pairs, right? So many times he lights up the kill feed, and multiple times they've been to first blood as well. TJ, first blood.
One player got hit though, that was the Tempest. Does that cluster connect with the player bottom?
It does.
Oh, it hits TJ, yeah.
TJ will get killed by the cluster. So what? Both clusters open things up for either team. Now 4v4. Bomb is planted. Abizi has this War Machine. He can milk the clock, really keep them off of this bomb, but Karma and Dashy, they rip 2. Now it's all Pristini and Arcene's. Pristini is able to win a gunfight, but the trade comes through. Arcene's will fall. Optic get it done in round 11 as they clutch up and take a 2-0 edge of the series.
And finally in that round 11, you see some in-map pressure from Optic, right? They funnel 3 to 4 players top ladder. They're challenging those gunfights. Yes, the cluster helps when it's able to stick to that Tempest player, but that was the first time where we saw some aggression, and they didn't really back it up with any specialists. They just took a chance.
Let's take a look now at the scuff play of the game. It's going to be the round 11. Is Optic able to pull it out? It was filled with flashy moments from Dashy. Double kill after double kill for Krim 6, but at the tail end of it, they survived the War Machine, and it's Karma and Dashy that I think get 2 kills right there to really put it into their favor. Don't even have to use the Tempest, they trade it out, and Optic, the 4v4 retake goes in. I thought they were in trouble when the bomb gets planted, it's 4v4 and War Machine is out. I'm like, that's gonna keep them off the bomb site for, I was thinking a good 10 seconds, but
they all have to have flak. There's no way they don't. There's no, I mean, you're round 11 and War Machine wasn't used.
Yeah.
You have to know flak is being used in that round. I think that's why they challenge it so aggressively. As soon as you hear that first shot go, they jump out. They are not afraid to
It's like, go ahead and try and direct hit me, right? If you don't, you're dead. And that's exactly how it plays out. So as it stands, both Optic and eUnited fighting for a chance in the winner's bracket. Control coming up after this quick break. Here we go. It's the final match of the night, maybe the final map of the night. Optic up 2-0. And again, it's like we're all excited for this series. And the result, who gets it? Optic, eUnited. Both teams have a chance for the winner's bracket. But whatever happens on Bravo is still important. That series between Envy and Reciprocity, that could be the difference. I mean, really, what happens here may not really matter at all in the scheme of things. Obviously, right now, you gotta go out and win. But then you gotta sit and watch the other match and say a prayer.
Yeah, it's gonna be really funny because we're gonna have a lot of green wall fans cheering on Aches and the Envy boys.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
Just making sure they beat Reciprocity.
Optic fans have to cheer on Aches. I bet they love that. I bet they love that. Well, not in control. eUnited holds a 1-5 record in respawns during Fort Worth, so they've won some searches, but the respawns have not been pretty. Arsenal control up next. Let's see what kind of break eUnited can get in on offense.
Varsity's trying to find any kills. Here comes the reinforcements for Optic. They were playing towards that B site. Some trades back and forth. Pristini trying to stay alive. Has the help of JCap, but it is just trades everywhere we go.
Nice one-on-one win from Abizi, but Crimsix follows it up almost instantly. Again, Crimsix still seems to be finding doubles every time he gets a kill. A small margin for Optic Gaming. They're up 2 lives right now. Done a good job defending this A zone as long as they have. They haven't been able to really apply pressure or get a ton of map control, at least towards the spawn of eUnited. But Karma, that's gonna be an annoying death for Pristini. He's trying to find him out window. Karma gets the angle and finds the kill. It's Abizi and JCap inside of A that do some damage, but there's still reinforcements from Optic Gaming. Now up 3 lives, but the lives don't matter that much now. It's the 22.5 seconds on the clock and the fact that eUnited have got to get a point. They've got 1 player left at mid, so Ausschnitt will be on A. But for the push at B, TJ and Scump both still here. They clear that out. Now they need 1 more defensive clear on A, and that's probably all she wrote.
Yeah, it's a tough part about Arsenal attack. I mean, you just spawn so far away from those zones. The defense, they have the ability to retake, and you know Optic's gonna go for it. TJ's going all the way around. Glacier wasn't ready for it. Here comes Karma and TJ through one way. It's gonna be a double pinch on both lobbies. JCap, Abizi, and Pristini, though, do win the gunfight. So now if you're Optic, you're probably gonna give this one up, rotate over. You still have a 2-life advantage.
Oh, as much as the clock mattered, it's not gonna matter now because they're gonna get a lot of time added. They've got 1:15 to work with. Now those lives, I mean, you're basically all square now. 11-11 as Abizi continues going off. He's got 7 in this opening round. He's leading everybody across the board. Dashi does serve up 2 kills.
But that's a staggered push, right? Like eUnited, a couple of players go different ways, and now you have to wait for RCs to come off spawn. Now you
This
have
is
to
your
wait
last
for
push.
Pristini, right? Like this is it. You have to wait for each other though, and they're not. You have just players in so many different positions on the map. They're not having a 5-man
Yeah, I
push.
feel like you just have to. I mean, you don't want to give up map control, obviously, but it's like you need to find a way to play it safe, group up, and at least make 1 good effort at it.
Trade.
Yeah, yep.
All right, well, they tried.
They tried, but they ran into TJ. Optic Gaming get the first round on the board. 2 more to go, and they'll take this home 3-0, and then their fates lie in the hands of Envy.
Even like looking at like the Vegas Grand Final series, I think it was map 1, right? It was that Seaside Hardpoint with the comeback. Like it just feels like there's always a map in the series, like looking at map 2, where eUnited have a chance to be in the series, like, you know, extend it, at least put some pressure on Optic, but they're just not closing out those games.
Optic certainly had their number so far this year. I know it's early and we're not even halfway through. Got a lot of events to come, playoffs, rest of the Pro League champs, but so far Optic has had eUnited's number. But the series not over yet. Now it'll be Optic on offense. That stun, I think, hits his teammate in the back and then ends up stunning the entire Optic side. So the push gets delayed for a moment, but made the timing a little bit unusual, and they still end up finding the kills. I think he must have hit 4 of his teammates with that stun.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely hit a couple of them. I'm sure most of them had tac mats, but that's all 5 dead. That's a perfect start for Optic.
Yeah, that's exactly what they meant to do. You know, it was a throw off the
It's part of, yeah, that's a team special. Yeah, team special, that's what it is. You just stun your whole team. It slows your team down. Creates a different timing.
Make sure you're on the same pace.
Yep, exactly.
Well, it's a lightning now in for TJ. He ended the first round hot. He keeps it going here. Streaks for Scump as well. 4 total streaks available, a 6, make it 7, make it 8 life advantage. Things rolling right out for Optic in round 2.
Well, right away, they're just gonna call those streaks in. eUnited gonna have to try to dodge them if they can. Scump able to find 2. Good thing for them, at least you don't have players on Optic on B during that whole time. They just got here, so there's a chance to retake it. But TJ with the ICR, 12-5, a much better performance out of him. This is exactly what they want to see out of TJ, stepping on up, 2 ticks coming.
And to be fair, we saw that last year sometimes with him when he was on Rise Nation. Like when he was
like
playing well,
days.
Rise was nuts when he was playing well, but then he'd have these series where he'd disappear. If he can be consistent, how much scarier this Optic Gaming team can be, but he has turned it around here in a big way. Karma, a swing and a whiff as nobody is home, but he snaps back and lines it up. I think he was 50 off of streaks before he fell, but thankfully for Optic, you still have quite a few to work with. And that's a big life advantage, and it won't matter as they secure the final offense. Well, I think they only lost 11 lives throughout the course of that round 2.
Just starts with the beginning. I mean, you cannot go 5
The team special, yeah, they stun the team. And
yeah, you having patient issues, just stun your whole team. No, but it just starts with that, right? Because then immediately they get A so quick. They're all starting to earn towards those streaks based off the end of the first round, right? Like TJ just keeps that streak going. That was a very dominant round out of them, quick.
Now they need one more.
We're starting to see that more often, right? Like, just how quick teams are, how they want to react on the map.
I love Control so much compared to CTF for just that. If you're better, come in, smoke them. Let's get to map 4 or in the series. Instead, you're guaranteed 10 minutes with the CTF at least. Dashy, good opening from him, but the rest of his teammates falling around him. There is one team kill for eUnited, but it may not punish him too much. As I say that, though, it's Karma, the last man standing. And he'll be up to get the reinforcements in, so a big individual moment for Karma on the tail end of that first push.
This is actually how round 1 was. I mean, the trades were there for eUnited. It's just like they always lost by 1, or, they didn't have a clean wipe, so it allowed Optic to just waste time. I mean, it's already half the round has been burned, 40 seconds. You haven't even contested that much. Dashing now with the Tempest. He does get taken down, but Grim is here. He's able to find 3. Has the help of Karma as well. Now you have TJ in the spawn of eUnited, just wasting so much time. Plus they still have the streaks. And at the top side of the map, Dashy's just waiting for him.
Yeah, even if they get A, it's like, yeah, we have 2 streaks to deal with B and just slow it down. And so much time has gone off the clock to even get 1 point. Those streaks will be even more impactful, just considering the time they'll have remaining. But it may not even come to that. 5 life advantage for Optic. 10 seconds really on the clock to work with. eUnited, this is their last effort to get in. And there's a stack here and pressure. And that'll stagger it. They funnel through window. 5 down. 3-0 in the Control. 3-0 in the series. Optic Gaming's hope of a winner's bracket in top 2. They're still hanging on, Joe.
All right, now go cheer for Ace, right? Like, that's just what they're hoping for.
Yeah, so everybody here and at home, I mean, you could hop right over to Bravo, or they'll likely be covering it from the desk as well, but that match, I think it's on Bravo. I'm not, is it? Okay, it is on Bravo, so that'll be on twitch.tv/Call of Duty Bravo. That's where you can tune in to Envy versus Reciprocity, and yeah, you're begging for old Patty P, Captain Pat, to come through for you if you're an Optic fan. And I mean, well, obviously if you're a Reciprocity fan, or you're really hoping they close out the win and get top 2. But if you're coming off the tail end of this series, you're rooting for Optic. That's where it's all going down on Bravo.
Yeah, but just look at that match. I mean, Optic, that's sort of what we expect for them. But even on the United side, it just, I don't know, in the respawns, RC and Clayster just didn't play well. Even towards there, I think both of them were around 5 and 14 in Control. Like, those two have to play better.
They've only won, what, 3 maps, right? Because they've been 3-0 twice, and then they won the 5-game series over X. So it has not been a good start at all for eUnited.
Well, that was the discussion. That was the discussion, right? We obviously heard some rumors just back and forth with eUnited. How does that affect the team? They weren't worried about it. They said they got past it. But
I think that's what you have to say, though.
Just not playing well.
That's kind of what you have to say. Like, yeah, we're getting past it. Yeah, we're working through it. But we don't know what's going on internally, and it obviously seems like, I don't know, maybe some lingering issues, or maybe it's just a slow start. But unfortunately for them, that slow start's going to make them in the bottom 2 and start in the loser's bracket.
And then you have a day like this where it's just disappointing, and maybe some self-confidence starts to hurt from those players.
Well, we had a solid series from Dashy on the side of Optic Gaming, and we got him on stage with your PlayStation Instant Reaction.
Thank you, Clint. Well, we've missed you recently at the Pro League. How does it feel to be back with your squad?
It feels great. Love playing in front of these guys. The green wall shows a lot of love, and I love playing in front of them.
So it was a tough start to the day, but you've got a win on the board now. How does that feel?
Yeah, we started really slow, but I think we found our footing now, and I think we're going to show what we're capable of in the next following days.
All right, and how do you plan to make sure not to have any, small stumbles or mistakes or anything along the way?
Probably just going to show up, warm up early, just do what we usually do. Just try not to scream call-outs as much, because we were getting a little frantic in those hard points, but I think we're good now.
All right, well, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break.
And we are back. You did just see Optic 3-0 eUnited. They very much so needed that win after a tough, slow start to the day. Of course, your desk is back. Nameless, Chance, and Study. I like this little rotation of having everyone come in here and hang out with me.
Gotta
Not that
mix
you have a
things up.
choice, but you have to come hang
Like,
out.
if you have eUnited who goes from second place
Yeah.
at Vegas to go to 5-2 in the Pro League to just being abysmal and like 0-3 right now, looking terrible, barely winning maps, you gotta mix the decks up. Like, if predictions are getting weird, the desk might as well get weird with it.
I absolutely agree. And again, eUnited did not play well against Optic in those grand finals at Las Vegas and didn't really play well against some Nameless here.
Yeah, Optic Gaming, that's the team we expected to see. It took a little, they had to wipe the rust off a little bit in front of the crowd there, and then, you know, they get that 3-0 win where in the respawns they looked incredible, especially in that last control. They absolutely dominated them every single round. And, you know, at map 1, there was signs of life out of eUnited, but they weren't able to put it together in that second half of the game where Optic went on a 100-point streak, and that's what you want to see if you're an Optic Gaming fan.
In the S&D, it was back and forth. You know, Dash with his incredible 1v3. As we heard Joe up there, was BZ's throwing shoulders to absolutely nothing. It doesn't make any sense. Just overall good play out of Optic Gaming.
Yeah, now look at our winners bracket. We do have that pulled up for you, of course. Quarterfinals, a couple TBDs that we're going to get through here fairly soon, but a few locked in.
Yeah, E6 kind of surprised some people getting that first place spot in their group, playing amazing with the acquisition of Chino, and then we see Luminosity up there in that match. I think they're going to make a run. Make my predictions correct.
Again, it was sluggish, and there they are in the winners bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I mean, obviously they had some tough games. The game against Spice was tough, and they went to Game 5, I think, versus Accelerate, which is also another tough game. But they do find themselves in a winners bracket situation. If you just get some steam going into tomorrow, you can find yourself in winners finals. So I can't wait for tomorrow. It's gonna be crazy.
Now, Chance, I think 100 Thieves did manage to get their win 3-2, but they needed a 3-0 or a 3-1, correct?
It was a strange game to cast because it felt like they had a lot of great opportunities to even get the win. Like, they had moments where, like, Octane could have potentially gotten streaked out of the hard point, just kind of ignores a lane of the map and things fall through. Clutch opportunities in the control, things don't pan out. But either way, if I'm 100 Thieves, I don't, like, it sucks that they make it to the losers bracket, but at the same time, you're 2-1, you have some good wins under your belt, so in terms of how much confidence teams can take into day number 2, like if I'm eUnited who goes 0-3, I'm feeling terrible. If I'm 100 Thieves that goes 2-1, you're like, yeah, it's unfortunate we didn't make it through to losers, but we still have a lot of good wins under our belt. We should have some momentum moving forward, and I think that team still has a lot